Each, come get your belt. A line so blunt it crackles like electricity. It wasn't just another social media jab, it was Jon Jones laying down a gauntlet, daring Tom Aspinall and everyone else to confront the heavyweight impasse he's engineered. In that moment, Jones transformed from revered champion into the division's provocateur-in-chief, goading fans and fighters alike to question his motives. Why tease relinquishing a title when you hold the power to defend it? Why mock the interim champion when the sport demands clarity? This hook isn't mere clickbait, it's a gaudy mirror held up to the heart of the heavyweight limbo. Every word Jones types sends ripples through locker rooms and living rooms alike, igniting debates from Vegas to Manchester about legacy, responsibility, and the perverse allure of controversy. As the MMA community hunts for answers, they find themselves staring at a champion who's part mystic, part manipulator, someone who built his career on precision but now seems to savor the chaos he creates. And so begins the tale of a belt that means everything and nothing.
Tom's head is in the right place. He should want to fight the top guys in the world. I believe that he has time to fight the top guys in the world. As far as fighting me right now, you don't make it this far in a UFC career looking past your opponents. I'm aware of Tom and the work that he's put in, or lack thereof.
Jon Jones's post, dripping with casual contempt, felt like salt in an open wound for the MMA faithful. Within hours, forums lit up as fans dissected every syllable. Was he daring Aspinall to come get what he informally offered up, or simply taunting a division he's happy to keep in stasis? His choice of words, brash, unapologetic, and visceral, shattered any pretense of sportsmanship and thrust raw emotion onto the virtual stage. You could almost hear the collective gasp as his followers realized he wasn't just grumbling about inactivity, he was weaponizing it, converting the oft-maligned belt dodge narrative into a twisted brand of performance art. Every retweet and share magnified the sting, breathing new life into debates about whether the undisputed belt belongs to someone who fears risk or to the man who earned it in the cage. In that flurry of reaction, Jones's voice emerged as both catalyst and kingpin, sensationalizing the script until it became impossible to look away.
Is Jon Jones scared to fight you?
Yes. Jon is conning the public. The fact that he didn't want to fight Ngannou for 3 years, and now he's not wanting to fight me for over a year.
Is that fight fucking happening?
The UFC are saying that it's going to happen. I think it's down to him and Dana.
Dana loves Jon Jones.
Behind the swagger and sound bites lies a financial calculus that's as frigid as it is brilliant. Jones admitted he's made more money off of Tom being the interim champ than Tom has himself, a stunning confession that reframes the entire saga as a transactional chess match. The UFC, desperate for headline-grabbing content, acquiesced to his pay demands, granting Jones every monetary stipulation he required to sign off on a fight that never materialized. Even when the organization laid out the green light, Jones politely declined, confirming what many suspected. This drama isn't about pay-per-view points or sponsorships. It's about retained leverage. By allowing Aspinall to carry the interim title as a prop in his narrative, Jones ensures all eyes and cash remain trained on him. In a single, unapologetic maneuver, he transformed the heavyweight division into his personal stock market, where interest accrues on anticipation and speculation, not on actual combat.
So I'm not ducking Tom Aspinall. If I failed to fight Stipe, I would be ducking Stipe because we contractually have been signed up to fight over a year ago. This is Stipe's position. The Tom narrative came out of nowhere. He won a belt and now suddenly I'm ducking him. I've never had negotiations.
For the MMA community, the logic seemed unassailable. Jon Jones, the undisputed UFC champion, should face Tom Aspinall, the interim title holder, to unify the belts. Yet Jones's stonewalling ignited a rare unanimity among fans, fighters, and pundits alike. From casual Twitter scrollers to seasoned analysts on sports news panels, everyone agreed a unification bout was the only path forward. But unanimity didn't equate to compliance. Every plea from Dana White, every demand from Aspinall's camp hit the impenetrable wall of Jones's silence. He lives rent-free in every discussion, and by refusing to participate, he shackles the entire division in purgatory. With each passing week, titles grow moldy without defense, and the sport's narrative momentum screeches to a halt, victims of a champion who wields inaction as deftly as he once wielded strikes.
He said he's ready to vacate the belt.
He said he doesn't care if you strip him, he would vacate it.
Crazy. Yeah, I've been busy. I haven't been keeping up with the gossip. He comes back. He's either back today or came back yesterday or whenever he's in Thailand. So he's home. we'll be home.
In stark contrast to Jones's aloof jeering, Tom Aspinall's demeanor reeks of professionalism and readiness. He's defended his interim belt, rebounded from the gut-wrenching loss to Curtis Blades, and reclaimed his status with trademark humility. He trains relentlessly, treating every session as a rehearsal for the spotlight Jones refuses to share. Throughout interviews, Aspinall stresses not ego, but obligation. He wants the undisputed belt because it legitimizes the sacrifices he's made. His respect for the sport and for Jones personally stands in poignant counterpoint to Jones's trolling. Where Jones sees stalling as sport, Aspinall experiences it as frustration, his career ticking away, each idle month a reminder of what he's endured and what he deserves. That dichotomy, lightning-fast readiness against deliberate delay, amplifies the tension to near unbearable levels.
Jon Jones is probably watching this, so send him a message.
Hello, John. I have nothing against you personally, but I just think I'm better than you. I just know that I can beat you in a fight, so I'm coming for it.
The very concept of an interim champion highlights the absurd paradox at play. Interim titles exist to prevent divisions from stalling when a champion is sidelined by injury or circumstance. Yet here we are, with Aspinall donning the interim belt, fully prepared to defend it, while the real champion clings to his hardware without intent to defend. Regulations dictate that once Jones steps back into the cage, Aspinall's interim status evaporates. But if Jones never fights, Aspinall is stuck champion in waiting, an interim in perpetuity. It's a bureaucratic limbo that would seem comical were it not so consequential. The sport's hierarchy depends on champions proving mastery in the octagon, not in boardroom bargaining. This grotesque inversion, where the top dog refuses combat and the underdog stands anxious in limbo, underscores the dysfunction that only Jones's unique brand of mind games could produce. Rewinding the clock, Aspinall's interim defenses tell a story of resilience and unfinished business. After tearing his pec, causing the blunder of making his interim title shot moot, Aspinall rebounded in front of his hometown fans in Manchester. He battled Curtis Blades, redeemed himself in a rematch, and delivered a performance that carried as much emotional weight as athletic prowess. Fighting in a brand new co-op live arena in front of adoring supporters was supposed to be the pinnacle, and he seized it. Those victories earned him the interim strap once more, and with it, a claim so ironclad that only an undisputed title fight could validate it. His recounting of these moments isn't self-aggrandizement, but testament to the fortitude that defines champions in other divisions. Those who beat whoever stands in front of them, whenever called upon. Speculation about alternative opponents swirls like desert dust in the heavyweight landscape. Names like Cyril Gane, Jiri Prochazka, and Curtis Blades crop up as potential placeholders, but Aspinall dismisses them with gentle clarity. He's not hunting another guy. He's gunning for the undisputed belt. The UFC could shuffle matchups, gift him fights to keep him active, but to what end? A victory over a placeholder might clog the title queue indefinitely, creating more logjams. Aspinall's focus remains razor sharp. He wants the real champion or nothing. That single-minded pursuit lends nobility to his stance and casts Jones's verbal jabs in a harsher light. Fans aren't clamoring for scraps. They want resolution. If the UFC indulges any other scenario, they risk alienating the audience that converges on championship bouts as the apex of MMA storytelling.
If I'm being completely honest, I feel like Tom's been such an asshole that I don't want to do business with him. You know, it's just like his fans have been so annoying. And obviously you don't get this far in a career being affected by fans or whatnot, but he's just an asshole. You know, with his...
Enter Francis Ngannou, the former champion turned free agent and the ultimate wild card. Bringing in Ngannou would shake the division's foundations by pitting Aspinall against a prime human missile. For Jones, it shifts the spotlight and ups the ante. If Aspinall wins, he cements himself as the new alpha and heaps pressure on Jones to return with vengeance. If he falls, the UFC might argue that Aspinall still needs to prove himself. Ngannou's potential involvement feels like a nuclear option, a dramatic twist that could coerce Jones back into action, or at the very least, spark fresh debates. The mere possibility of Ngannou's return to UFC mic stands as a monument to the lengths the promotion might go to revive a division suffocated by its own champion. Throughout this circus, the UFC finds itself stuck between a decorated king and a rising pretender. Dana White has publicly voiced his desire for Jones versus Aspinall, Hunter Campbell nodded toward resolution, yet neither has been able to break through the stalemate. Internally, executives fret that letting Jones win by default, either by vacating or retiring, undermines the division's credibility, but forcing him could spark legal or contractual fallout. This precarious balancing act leaves the heavyweight roster stalled, fighters left scratching their heads as timelines slip and year-end cards lack marquee name value. The promotion's credibility hinges on resolving this saga, but so far they've failed to wrest the pen from Jones's hand.
Jon Jones wants 6 months. He wants 6 months to prepare for Aspinall. He wants 6 months. He can have them. How would I control it? How would anybody control it? Jon has the undisputed belt and that Tom has the interim belt. We all understand that the...
Now, with patience thinning and media scrutiny intensifying, the question becomes stark. Will Jon Jones finally step off the sidelines and face the only man waiting with his fists raised, or will he continue to trade quips and dodge the biggest fight of his era? Each day he delays, the division frays further. Each taunt he tweets, the public grows more restless. Aspinall has sharpened his skills, tended to his wounds, and kept his focus. Meanwhile, Jones's narrative mastery remains unchallenged, wrapping the belt drama in ribbons of anticipation. Whether this ends in a monumental unification bout, a shocking vacancy, or an anticlimactic retirement announcement, one fact endures. In the chessboard of heavyweight MMA, Jon Jones still holds all the pieces, and he's not showing them just yet.